Well, even though it's a beautiful sunshine in the afternoon, it's been cold and wet all morning. So basically, we're going to have beef stew. This is how I made it. So what we do is got some nice stewing steak here. And I'm cutting it semi-frozen because it's easier to cut that way. Just cutting off the big chunks of fat that are on it. Don't take all the fat off because that is flavour. But yeah, the stringy bits and the sinewy bits, you take those off. So I'm cutting them into just a cube size. I generally will then cut my vegetables similar size. So you pick a size. That's what I ended up with there. It's probably about 2.5 pounds. And then I chop some potatoes up, about the same size. Don't hold me to it. Maybe some are smaller, some are bigger. So they go into a bowl at the moment. And now I am going to cut up very rapidly some carrots. Blink and you'll miss it. There goes the carrots. And now I've got some onion and garlic to cut up. These are all flavours. Stews are all about layers of flavour. So that's the onion and garlic nicely chopped up. I'm quick, aren't I? You betcha. Right, now I'm going to turn the stove on, medium, just not medium high or medium low, just medium. And I will add some olive oil. Now I'm not very good with measurements because I don't measure. It's about 2 tablespoons, I think. All right. And now I'm going to add in the beef. And you may or may not hear a little sear sizzling away because I'm talking over, doing a voiceover. You may not, but it's sizzling very slowly, sizzling away. And I'll probably need to move this around in the pan for about 5-10 minutes. I'm going to coat it with a little bit of just plain flour shortly, you'll see. I've been in there a couple of minutes, so now I'm going to add a little bit of plain flour, which won't do much now, but it will at the end, near the end of the stew, add a little bit of thickness to the sauce. I don't know what's in there, measurement, tablespoon. Don't get a lawyer, because you'll probably beat me in court. I don't know, about a tablespoon. That's it. So we're just getting this sort of sealed, Now I think I will add some seasoning, salt and pepper, because that's how I do it. Everyone does things differently. Stews and food and cooking in general, there are no rules. You make them up as you go along. I do. So I'm just mixing all that in there. It's seasoned, got a bit of flour. Now, what I'm going to do is all those chopped up vegetables I did, they're going in. And there is onions, carrots, potatoes, garlic. Later on, you're going to see me go to the garden and get some fresh spinach, a bit of parsley, maybe a little bit of pak choy, just the greenery to throw into the stew, homegrown and fresh. Now I'm going to put in a litre of beef stock. It says real beef stock, so obviously we couldn't find any fake cows, so we had to do with real ones. We've only got real ones in Australia. So that's a litre. Now you could put more or less. If I was going to add any more liquid, which I won't be, I would add water. I don't think you need to add any more stock. You know that awkward position where you're a bit short, you think, oh, I'll open another container of stock. No, just add a bit of water. That's all you need to do. What I'm doing now is all the crusty bits on the bottom when I was sealing that meat, I'm just lifting them with the wooden spoon because they're flavour. And that's what this is, HP sauce. I put in an exact measurement of, well, the bottle was nearly empty, so I squeezed the rest out. Don't know, a couple of tablespoons. Worcestershire sauce, very, very delicious. And I put in an exact amount of about a couple of tablespoons. I don't know. You'll figure it out. So they're layers of flavours that's going into the stew. At the moment it's just the meat and the veg that I put in there. Put the lid on. I'll leave it for half an hour, come back. Starting to cook, starting to break down. All the meat is, like I say, stewing steak's pretty tough unless you stew it. And then it's as tender as. So, like I said before, a bit more cooking, probably another 20-30 minutes. There's some 4-bean mix and some dried shallots. And here is some spinach I'm pulling from our garden. I just pull the outside leaves off most of the greens in the garden, and I just keep picking them, and they keep growing. I did add some pak choy to that as well, a bit of parsley in there as well. So that's the stew, probably an hour into the cooking, probably another 30-40 minutes and we'll be done. But now what I'm going to do is just roughly chop up all the greens. There's parsley in there, pak choy, English spinach, whatever you get your hands on in the garden. It's fresh, and I'll just chop it up roughly. Now, to give it a bit of a wash first, but because I can cut it down a bit more now, I'll put it back in the colander and I'll give it another quick rinse. Any bugs hiding in there, they're not going in the stew. If they did, they'd only be extra flavour anyway. So that's the green bit going in the stew. Like I say, you've got carrots, potatoes, onion, garlic, and now greens from the garden. It smells fantastic at this stage. It's about 3/4 the way done. And you've got all those other things that we add to it. Like I say, you've got the spinach gone in now. You can always add whatever you like to it. And what I'm doing here is that 4-bean mix. That's a tin of 4-bean mix. You all know what that is. And also, I love these dried shallots. I do buy them in bulk. And just good handfuls going in there. Again, there's already onions in there, but these are dried shallots, so it's a different flavour. Another layer to the flavour. So I'm just mixing all that in. Like I say, this has got a good 30-40 minutes still to go, or when it's done, it's done. You know, time is only a factor of whether it's finished. So what I'll do now is I'll put the lid on, and I'll come back in about 20 minutes. And like I say, we're probably 20-25 minutes away. I'm just adding a little bit of ketchup, tomato sauce, because it just adds a little layer of sweetness, if you like. The soup is thickening up nicely, as you can see. So I'm going to be cooking this for about another 20-25 minutes, and it will be done. And what I do is I just leave the lid on after that, let it sit for about an hour. This cast iron pot's brilliant. It just keeps the heat. We'll come back and have a look at the finished product. Okay, the beef stew is ready. Look at that. Time for a nice big bowl. Smells fantastic. So that's it. That with some crusty bread. It's going to be our dinner. So you saw how to make it? Give it a go. If you have been, thanks for watching.